All right, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Sarah Fraser Show where I've been robbed. Yeah, you heard that right. Okay. I've been robbed. My family has been robbed twice in 1 year since living here in Los Angeles. Okay. These news stories that they say about LA, they're true. All right. Maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic. Maybe robbery is the wrong word, but I am so irritated by this and I want to know all your thoughts. I'm so pissed off. Anyhow, okay. Packages were stolen from our apartment building. Someone broke in, took a bunch of packages. And so let's back up. I say we've been robbed again here in LA. All right. When we first moved here a year ago, my sweet mother-in-law comes to town. We're at the Grove, which is like this open market in LA. I mean, it's like, what has happened to America? Is this like Paris? It was like when I went to Paris back in the day. I had that like awful fanny pack in the front because of pickpocketers. So my sweet mother-in-law is sitting at the Grove. We have a sandwich. We get up, I don't know, a couple hours later, she's back in her hotel and she realizes all her credit cards are gone and her cash. Someone had stolen it. They'd gone to the Apple store at the Grove and they had charged like $20,000. The cards are declined at first and then they go through. Inside job? I don't know. A lot of you are in security. You all tell me. I mean, that seems like they declined them once. Didn't somebody override? Anyhow, so that happened, it was all with credit cards. She got all her money back, but obviously these stores lost all their money, right? Okay. So this past weekend in our apartment building, and even before this in our apartment building, and I know what you're thinking. Well, girl, what part of town do you live in, bitch? Like where are you? In a good part. In like what we thought was a good part. In my building, in the past couple of months, someone put a ladder up to a second-story balcony and stole 2 bikes. A woman, and people do this, right? Had her backpack with her laptop in her car, stolen out of her car. She didn't lock her vehicle. So there's that. And then this past weekend, we had someone break in and steal all the boxes. In fact, they cut open the boxes, took out clothing, took out shoes, over $200 worth of items gone. And this is what drives me nuts. Okay. This is what I'm so irritated at. My neighbors are like, well, one of my neighbors, and I absolutely love LA. If you're in the entertainment business, this is the city to be in. But this is what is insane here is when something happens to you, a crime is committed to you, everybody blames you. It's like your fault. I'm like, my neighbors say to me, well, the SNAP programs here in LA have stopped, which, SNAP is $300 to a lot of people who need it. And they are no longer receiving that benefit. Okay. And I'm all for, I think they should receive that benefit. But what does that have to do with justifying the fact that somebody has come in off the street and stolen our stuff? Like, can't we do 2 things at once? Can't we prosecute these people and then also give people programs who need it? I'm so lost. My other neighbor goes, well, maybe we could start a package watch where if we see each other's packages, we could pick them up. How about this? We demand that our apartment building add security cameras. Then we turn them over to the police and process. Am I nuts? Sometimes I wake up and I think, what universe am I in? Am I on an island here? Anyway, y'all, look, and I know people are going to yell at me. Well, some people need it more than you. I agree, but I'm not Jeff fucking Bezos. Okay. I mean, when I'm Jeff Bezos, yeah, have several pairs of shoes on me. I don't mind. I'm out here busting my ass for what? To have it all stolen? I mean, it's crazy. Look, that's what I love about Amazon. Have you ever gotten a notice? Jeff is so rich at Bezos. Jeff is so rich at Bezos. Okay. Jeff is so rich at Amazon. Sometimes when I order from Amazon, I order so much. If I want to return something, they go, oh, don't bother. Keep it. It's on us. Okay. When I'm there, I don't care if people steal from me. But all right, maybe that's a sign that I need to take a sip of water and chill out. Anyhow, have you been violating it? And do you feel like now people blame you? And I know far worse things have happened. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter as long as Schman and myself and KJ and my family is okay. That's all that matters. There's bigger issues in the world. It just drives me nuts, the response here, and it's so funny. I lived in Washington, D.C. for years in the district, Arlington, Virginia, Leesburg. I just never encountered I don't know. You got to be on your toes here. And I know it's like 3 times the population, so that's why. But I mean, the amount of robberies we've had in our like this little neighborhood, I'm just like, and everyone's like, oh, well, what did you do wrong? I'm like, what? Excuse me, what? I did find out, by the way, if this has happened to you, because I do I don't know what it is about me. Lots of good things happen to me in my life, but I definitely get scammed rather frequently. I don't know why. Like I got scammed when I lived in Arlington, Virginia by a guy who said he was a cop and he was taking donations for kids' toys. I feel like there was another one I almost fell for, and I was trying to think of what it was. And a couple weeks ago, I had the LA Sheriff's Department call me and say that I had missed jury duty and there was a warrant out for my arrest unless I could come down and make a payment. I didn't fall for that. I knew that was bullshit, but I was so irritated by that too, because I'm like, do you know how scary it is when somebody calls you and says, this is the Sheriff's Department? You're like heart sinks. You think something's wrong. Like, who are these? Don't these people have a conscience? I'm sorry. Karma is so real and such a bitch. Like, I feel like I can't even lie to Schman because God, it could come back to me in some way. And these people are out here pretending to be cops and calling you? Like, what kind of karma is coming your way? There's a rant. Okay. So anyhow, I did find out if this happens to you, either you, lots of times on your credit card, you have theft protection. One credit card I did, the other I didn't. And then I'm actually shocked, but I contacted the retailers. One gave me my money back immediately, and the other one said, well, we'll put a claim in. I think you can get your money back, or you might be able to get a new item. I'm actually shocked. I mean, and I just saw the story that Target last year have $500 million in stolen items. And isn't that like, I guess they must make so much damn money. All right, I guess I'm getting into clothing. I never wanted to be in the clothing or restaurant business, but clearly, so I guess my neighbors were right. Maybe I need to just chill out. And it seems like, okay, they'll just send you new stuff. I don't know. Sometimes, guys, I guess I was raised in like bumfuck Maine, where like nobody, like everybody knew. If anyone stole from you, everybody knew it. I don't know. Anyhow. All right, moving on. Over the weekend, I put up some polls on my Instagram that were very fascinating. And I love all of your feedback, like all the time, good or bad. I mean, I could do for more good and less bad, but that's just me. If you'd like to suck my ass every day, I'd prefer that. But I do get a lot of comments of things that people don't like, or people I have on the show that they don't like, which I enjoy too. I like all feedback. However, I put up on my Instagram, what do you want to hear more of? What do you want to hear less of on the show? I'm completely confused because it was 50-50 of people that said, I want more Bravo or I want less Bravo. Or it was 50-50 of people, I want more TLC, I want less TLC. So I'm just going to keep it as is. Every Wednesday, I do TLC talk. Every Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday, I do Bravo recaps of Housewives or Vanderpump Rules with David Yontif, my other fellow podcaster. So I'm just going to keep those as is. I'm not going to really add any more or less. I have on, I always have guests on that I'm usually really fascinated with. That's I'm curious about. I like to learn something, or I like to laugh from them, or, I like to be challenged by different ideas, that kind of thing. So I'm going to keep all that the same, but I heard from you guys and you said you wanted more of my personal life. That was like the big thing, more personal life or relationship advice or an advice column. Okay. All right. Well, don't ask me twice. I love giving relationship advice because aren't we all like, can't you look at your girlfriend's relationship and tell her exactly what's wrong with it? I can. Much like people used to say the same to me, about my relationship with Schman, which was mostly, you're a fucking idiot if you don't marry this man. So it is sometimes nice to hear. If you want any advice, you can DM me at the Sarah Fraser Show. You can leave it on Reddit, reddit.com/the Sarah Fraser Show. By the way, we have a Reddit community now. So a little Reddit town hall, reddit.com/the Sarah Fraser Show. Email the Sarah Fraser Show @gmail.com. You can do that too. So anyhow, there you have it. Yeah, so I'll do more of my personal life. I mean, I kind of share everything here, everything, baby journey, health, highs and lows. I share as much about my marriage with Schman as he'll let me. Schman, will you let me share more? What are you raising your eyebrows? What people want more of our personal life?
Patreon.
Patreon. You got to get on Patreon with me.